Imagine a storm raging outside, thunder crashing, winds howling, and yet inside you, there's a calm so deep it feels as if nothing can disturb it. Now, imagine that this isn't just a rare moment of meditation or fleeting zen, but a constant state of being. Today, I'm going to share with you a revolutionary way to transform your life by mastering your inner world. This is the journey toward becoming unshaken by anything life throws your way. When you hear the word unshaken, you might think it's reserved for saints, warriors, or perhaps those extraordinary few who seem to float above the chaos of everyday life. But what if I told you that this power isn't exclusive? What if deep down, you already have the capacity to rise above every insult, every setback, and every unexpected twist? In the next few minutes, we're going to break down the myth that life is something that happens to you, and instead reveal the truth that it happens because of you. Every day, without fail, we're bombarded by countless events. A rude remark in the hallway, an unexpected critique at work, even that minor mishap on our daily commute. In the heat of the moment, it feels as though these external forces hold an almost magnetic power over us. You might catch yourself replaying that harsh word in your mind, feeling the sting long after the moment has passed. But here's the secret. None of these events have inherent power over you, that they're merely sparks. Only when you choose to fan them into flames do they ignite your inner turmoil. Consider this. Two people experience the exact same setback. A project at work goes awry. A friend cancels plans at the last minute. One sinks into despair, questioning self-worth and talent, while the other shrugs, learns the lesson, and moves forward with renewed purpose. The difference isn't in the event itself. It lies in the inner narrative that each person chooses to believe. You see, the external world is neutral. It is your perception, your beliefs, and your unresolved inner conflicts that give these events their sting. Think of your mind as a mirror. Everything you experience externally is simply a reflection of what's already inside of you. When someone throws a cruel comment your way, it's not the words alone that hurt. It's what those words reveal about your inner vulnerabilities. They echo parts of yourself that you might not have fully acknowledged or healed. This is the essence of what psychologists and philosophers have long described as the shadow self, the hidden corners of your psyche where insecurities, fears, and unhealed wounds reside. Carl Jung famously said that whatever irritates you about others can lead you to an understanding of yourself. In every moment of discomfort, there's a message, a whisper from your subconscious, urging you to take a closer look. When you feel anger or pain, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? More often than not, the answer isn't about the other person at all. It's about something unresolved within you. Recognizing this is the first step toward transforming your relationship with the world around you. Imagine looking into a still pond. On the surface, you see the sky, the trees, and passing clouds, but the water only mirrors what is directly above it. If the pond is disturbed by a stone or a gust of wind, ripples form. Similarly, when your inner self is unsettled, even the smallest external event can cause a disturbance. But if you learn to calm that inner turbulence, no matter how hard life's winds blow, your reflection remains clear and unbroken. Now, let's shift gears. If nothing outside you has the power to disturb you unless you allow it, then what if you could consciously choose how you interpret everything that happens? What if, instead of automatically reacting to life's challenges, you could step back and see them as opportunities, chances to learn, grow, and become even stronger? Our brains are hardwired to focus on the negative. It's a survival mechanism from our ancient past designed to keep us alert to dangers. But in today's world, this bias often leads us into cycles of anxiety and reactive behavior. The good news is that this wiring isn't permanent. Through practices like mindfulness, cognitive reframing, and deep introspection, you can reprogram your mind to notice not just the challenges, but also the lessons hidden within them. Let's say you experience a setback, a failure, a rejection, a criticism. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, what if you could see it as a signal, a nudge from your inner self pointing you toward an area that needs healing or growth? Every challenge becomes a mirror, reflecting back the parts of you that are ready to evolve. This isn't about denying your feelings or suppressing your reactions. It's about observing them, understanding their origins, and then choosing a response that serves you better. At the heart of this transformation is the art of letting go. It's about releasing the need to control every outcome, to demand perfection from yourself and others, and to cling to external validation as the source of your self-worth. The moment you start letting go of these attachments, you reclaim your power. Think about it this way. When you're desperate for something, a promotion, a relationship, the approval of a particular person, you give that thing power over you. You're essentially saying, my happiness depends on this. And when that expectation isn't met, the disappointment is immense. But what if you shifted your focus inward? What if you began to see that your true worth isn't defined by external achievements or the opinions of others? When you let go of the need for external control, something magical happens. The more you release your grip on outcomes, the more you become the observer of life. And as an observer, you begin to notice that the world isn't conspiring against you. It's simply unfolding as it should. This realization is liberating. It means that you no longer have to expend energy fighting every setback, every criticism. Instead, you can let them pass by like clouds in the sky, knowing that your inner light remains untouched. Modern neuroscience supports what ancient wisdom has long proclaimed. Your brain is capable of change. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself, means that you can literally rewire your neural pathways. Every time you choose a new response to an old trigger, you're creating a fresh circuit of thought, a circuit that gradually becomes your default mode. Studies in cognitive psychology show that emotional reactivity is a habit. The more you feed into it, the stronger the neural pathways become. But here's the good news. With practice, you can weaken those pathways. Through mindfulness meditation, journaling, and cognitive reframing, you train your brain to pause before reacting. Instead of an automatic, knee-jerk reaction, you create space, a moment to choose how you want to feel and how you want to act. Picture your mind as a bustling city. Every thought is a car traveling along a busy street. If you keep taking the same route every day, that route becomes the main highway of your experience. But if you consciously decide to explore a new route, over time that new pathway becomes more familiar, more accessible. In the same way, by consistently choosing responses that empower you, you build new neural highways that lead to a state of calm, clarity, and control. So, how can you begin this journey toward becoming unshaken by life? Let's break it down into practical steps you can start applying right now. Cultivate awareness. The first step is to become aware of your emotional triggers. When you feel a surge of anger, sadness, or frustration, pause. Acknowledge that this reaction is happening and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what exactly is triggering this response? What old belief or unresolved wound is being activated? By identifying the root of your reaction, you start to reclaim the power that was unknowingly given away. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't just a buzzword, it's a powerful tool that helps you stay present. Dedicate even a few minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts without judgment. Over time, this practice creates a mental buffer between stimulus and response. Instead of automatically reacting, you begin to choose your response deliberately. Reframe your thoughts. Whenever you notice a negative thought spiraling in your mind, challenge it. Instead of thinking, "This is terrible," try asking, "What can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow?" Reframing isn't about pretending that nothing is wrong. It's about shifting your perspective so that you see every challenge as an opportunity for development. Embrace the shadow. Our deepest wounds often reside in the parts of ourselves we avoid. Instead of running from these shadow elements, lean in. Write them down, explore them in meditation, or talk to someone you trust about them. When you face your shadows, you strip them of their power. Remember, every irritation or emotional trigger is a message from within. Listening to that message is the key to healing. Let go of attachment. External validation, expectations, and the desire for control are the chains that keep you captive. Start by noticing where you're clinging too tightly to an outcome, a person's opinion, or even your own self-image. Then, practice the art of detachment. Remind yourself that your worth is inherent and not contingent on external circumstances. As you let go, you'll find that life becomes less about fighting the tide and more about gracefully riding the waves. Develop a growth mindset. Adopt the belief that every experience, whether labeled as success or failure, is a stepping stone on your journey. Those who have mastered the art of an unshakable mind understand that growth comes from embracing discomfort. When you view challenges as lessons, your perspective shifts dramatically. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" Create a daily ritual. Consistency is key when rewiring your brain. Develop a daily routine that reinforces your commitment to inner mastery. This might include meditation, journaling, affirmations, or even a short walk in nature. Over time, these practices create a stable foundation upon which your unshakable mind can flourish. Imagine yourself a few months from now. You're no longer at the mercy of every external event. A rude comment or a minor setback might still occur, but instead of spiraling into negativity, you simply observe it and let it pass. It's not that you become indifferent. Rather, you become discerning about where you invest your energy. You recognize that every challenge is a chance to deepen your self-awareness and grow stronger. This transformation isn't about becoming emotionless or detached from life. It's about reclaiming your inner power. The truly powerful people aren't those who control every situation. They are the ones who have learned to control themselves. They are the ones who see that while the world around them is unpredictable, their response is always a choice. And when you choose to respond from a place of inner strength, you find that life's chaos becomes not a threat, but a canvas on which you can paint your own reality. There's an incredible freedom that comes from relinquishing the need to control everything. When you let go of the constant struggle for approval or the relentless pursuit of perfection, you open up a world of possibility. It's like finally stepping out of a prison you didn't even know you were in. The moment you realize that nothing can truly harm you unless you give it that power, you become untouchable. Picture a leaf floating on a river. It doesn't fight against the current, it simply moves with it, effortlessly gliding over the water. That is the essence of an unshakable mind. It flows with life rather than resisting it. When you stop forcing your way through every obstacle and instead learn to move with the natural rhythms of life, you discover a profound sense of peace and empowerment. Let me share a story with you. There was a young professional named Alex who, like many of us, struggled with the constant pressure of everyday life. Every minor setback, be it a harsh email from a supervisor or a disagreement with a colleague, felt like a personal attack. Alex's world was a whirlwind of reactive emotions. One day, after a particularly challenging period at work, Alex stumbled upon the idea that everything external is a reflection of what's inside. Skeptical at first, Alex decided to experiment with this new way of thinking. Every time a negative event occurred, Alex paused, took a deep breath, and asked, "What is this moment trying to teach me?" Slowly but surely, the habitual spiral of reaction began to break. Alex learned to recognize the old wounds and limiting beliefs that were being triggered. Instead of fighting against them, Alex embraced these challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Over time, the world didn't change overnight, but Alex did. The stress lessened, the anger subsided, and in its place grew a calm, unshakable confidence. Alex's story is a reminder that true transformation comes not from changing the world, but from changing how you relate to it. There's another story, a timeless one, of a wise monk who lived atop a mountain. Despite the harsh winds and bitter cold, the monk remained calm and centered. When visitors asked the secret to his serenity, he pointed to the ever-changing weather and said, "The storms come and go, yet I remain still. The weather has no power over me because I have learned that it is only my reaction that gives it meaning." These stories remind us that the power to remain unshaken lies within us. It's not in the external chaos, but in the quiet mastery of our inner world. A critical element of becoming unshakable is transforming the inner dialogue that shapes your experience. Often we carry around a constant commentary that reinforces negative beliefs. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. I'm a failure. These thoughts create a self-fulfilling prophecy that keeps you locked in a cycle of reactivity. The antidote is to challenge these narratives head-on. Start by noticing the tone and content of your self-talk. When a negative thought arises, question its validity. Replace it with an affirmation that reflects your true worth. Instead of "I failed at this task," try, "This is an opportunity to learn and improve." Over time, as you consciously reframe your inner dialogue, you'll notice a shift in your overall outlook. The criticisms that once cut deep begin to lose their power because they no longer reflect the truth of who you are. It's worth noting that what we're discussing isn't just a matter of philosophy, it's supported by science. Neuroscientific research has shown that our brain is remarkably adaptable. Every time you choose a new response to a trigger, you're creating a new neural pathway. This process, known as neuroplasticity, means that your mind isn't fixed. You can train it, reshape it, and redirect it toward greater resilience and clarity. Cognitive behavioral therapy has long taught us that by recognizing and challenging distorted thinking, we can break the cycle of negative emotions. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation, journaling, and even simple breathing exercises have been proven to reduce the intensity of emotional reactions. When you integrate these practices into your daily life, you're not only calming your mind in the moment, you're creating lasting change. When you finally start to master your inner world, you'll begin to notice a profound shift in every area of your life. Relationships improve because you're no longer projecting your internal struggles onto others. Work becomes less about surviving stress and more about thriving in a state of creative flow. Even everyday challenges transform into opportunities for growth and insight. This isn't about suppressing emotions or ignoring life's difficulties. It's about meeting them with a steady, resilient spirit that refuses to be defined by external circumstances. Imagine walking through a busy street. People rush by, the noise is overwhelming, yet you feel calm and centered. It isn't that the chaos has vanished, it's that you have learned to navigate it with a clarity and calm that comes from deep self-awareness. That inner fortress you build becomes your sanctuary, a place where you can retreat whenever the world feels too heavy. And the beauty of it is, once you tap into that reservoir of inner strength, nothing can shake you, not even the fiercest storm. Becoming unshakable is not a one-time event. It's a journey, a continuous practice. There will be moments when old habits resurface, when the pull of external triggers feels overwhelming. And that's okay. What matters is that you're aware and committed to the process. Every challenge is a lesson, every setback a chance to refine your inner mastery. Remember that growth isn't linear. There will be days when you feel like you're moving forward with ease and others when you stumble. The key is to remain patient with yourself. Celebrate the small victories, the moments when you catch yourself before reacting, when you choose understanding over anger. These moments accumulate, gradually shifting your entire perspective until you reach a point where external chaos has little power over you. Ultimately, the journey to an unshakable mind is about reclaiming your life. It's about understanding that your happiness, your peace, and your fulfillment are not contingent on the whims of fate or the opinions of others. Instead, they are the result of choices you make every single day. When you realize that the only person who truly controls your destiny is you step into a power that is both liberating and transformative. Imagine the freedom of knowing that nothing, no insult, no failure, no rejection, can break your spirit. Picture yourself moving through life with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are the author of your own story. This is the power of an untouchable mind. It's not about detachment or indifference. It's about complete self-mastery. You become the calm in the storm, the steady hand in the midst of chaos, the observer who chooses to rise above the fray. If you're ready to take back control, here are a few simple practices to incorporate into your daily routine. Start with a morning ritual. Spend the first few minutes of your day in quiet reflection. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or simply setting your intentions, create a space where you can connect with your inner self before the day's challenges arise. Set reminders. Throughout the day, use small cues, a note on your desk, an alarm on your phone, to remind yourself to pause and check in with your emotional state. Ask yourself, what is my reaction right now and why? This constant awareness is the foundation of change. Reflect on your day. Before you go to sleep, take a few minutes to reflect on the events of the day. Identify moments when you felt triggered and write down what you learned from each experience. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns and develop strategies to handle similar situations more mindfully. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity. Regularly remind yourself of the things you are thankful for. This practice not only shifts your focus away from what's lacking, but also reinforces the belief that your life is full of abundance, even amidst challenges. While this journey is deeply personal, remember that you're not alone. Many people have walked this path before you, and countless others are on the same quest for inner mastery. Consider joining a community, online or in person, of individuals who are committed to personal growth and emotional resilience. Sharing experiences, insights, and challenges can provide invaluable support and perspective. Sometimes the simple act of knowing that someone else understands your struggle can be the catalyst for profound transformation. I want you to take a moment and imagine your life without the constant pull of external chaos. Visualize yourself as an unshaken observer, calm, confident, and completely in control. Know that the power to live this way is already within you. It's not about changing the world outside, it's about changing the way you interact with it. Every challenge you face is an invitation to grow, every setback a lesson in disguise. The world will continue to throw obstacles in your path, but from now on you will meet them with a quiet resolve, a knowing smile that comes from deep within. You will become the master of your destiny, the creator of your reality, and the embodiment of inner strength. So, are you ready to let go of the illusion of external control and step into the fullness of your own power? The journey might be long, and there may be days when the old patterns try to resurface. But remember, with every moment of mindfulness, every time you choose awareness over reaction, you are forging a path toward an unshakable mind. A mind that is free, resilient, and utterly untouchable. Remember, nothing and no one can affect you unless you allow it. The power to shape your reality is entirely in your hands. Today is the day you begin to unlock your inner fortress and become unshaken by anything life throws your way. As you move forward, carry with you the simple truth that you are not at the mercy of the world. Rather, you are its master. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity to learn more about who you truly are. Each time you choose mindfulness over reaction, you're investing in a future where you are the calm in the storm, the rock amidst the turbulence. Let this be your reminder. The journey to an unshakable mind is ongoing. There will be trials, there will be moments of doubt, and there will be times when old habits resurface. But every step, no matter how small, is a victory. You are rewriting the narrative of your life, one conscious choice at a time. And the beauty of it all is that the power to change has always been within you. So take a deep breath. Let go of what no longer serves you and step boldly into the life you deserve. Become the observer, the creator, the unshaken soul that you were always meant to be. This is your invitation to live life on your own terms, to experience the freedom that comes from knowing that you control your destiny, not the circumstances around you. Embrace the journey, honor your growth, and celebrate every moment of transformation. The inner fortress you build today will be the legacy of your tomorrow. Remember, your power is not defined by what happens to you, but by how you choose to respond. And in that choice lies the key to a life that is truly, beautifully unshaken. Thanks for joining me.